everyone! So for today's video, I will be doing a review of these products. If you want to see more, keep on watching. I have these concealers right here, and they were actually sent to me by a Thailand company, and actually I think this is a Thailand company, and these are from Kath Beauty. I'm gonna link their Facebook page below. You can just message them about details and stuff like that. I forgot how much this was, but I think in Philippine peso it was around 400 pesos each. So yeah, I have here, oh, the box looks like this, and I'm just gonna do close-ups later on. It looks like this. They are pot concealers. So here are the 3 shades. I've tried this already, but I want to check in throughout the day how it looks, because when I tried it on before, I didn't really notice much. I mean, I didn't really try to check if my makeup was okay or not. So today, since I'm going out later, let's try it on and we're gonna see if it lasts all day and how it wears. So yeah, we're gonna try this. And actually my shades are 1 and 2. So 1 is for brightening and this one I used for spot concealing. But number 3 is a bit too dark for me, so I might just give this to my mom. Initial thoughts of the product. For the box, it's actually packaged like this, and when you open it, it's actually hard to open. So as you can see, since it's hard to open, like, it's almost gonna break when I open it. I mean, I tried to break it open, so yeah, it's kind of hard to open. It's kind of hard to open when it's just newly packaged. Kaya medyo madali siyang, kailangan mo siya sirain. I use my nails para matanggal siya. And actually, it's plastic covered. I already did this video, but I didn't like the outcome, so I'm doing it again. Kaya, yeah, hindi ko napakita sa inyo yung mismong nakapackage talaga siya. But yeah, my complaint is the box. It's too hard to open. And I didn't want to break the box, so it took me so long to open this, like maybe 30 minutes or something like that. Or I had to wait till the next day to have patience again to try and open this without breaking the box. But for this one, I really like it. It's so sleek. It's matte. It just opens like this. I know not all people like pot concealers, but if you do, I do really like how it's packaged. The packaging, it kind of looks like MAC for some reason, or I don't know, basta it's just matte black and a clear case so you can see your shade. I really like the back. It says the expiration date, so it expires 2019 March 30th. So, and then you can only use this for 12 months. This is actually a concealer plus foundation plus skin essence plus UV protection, so that's nice. It claims to do a lot. But yeah, we're gonna see how it looks on the face, so I'm gonna apply it and tell you my first thoughts about it. so here's my makeup. I ended up using it as a foundation because it was too light and I put too much under my eyes. So I put on my forehead and also in other areas of my face. What I noticed so far is it's kind of too light for me. Or maybe, actually, hindi naman. I think I need to powder it because it gives me like a kind of dewy finish. As you can see, I can still see red spots on my face. I used a brush. This is the H&M brush. So I used the concealer brush on smaller areas of my face, and then because I used it as a foundation, I used the foundation brush to blend in large areas of my face, so like under the eyes. This one I used for spot concealing, which again, for spot concealing, it's not really, it doesn't really cover up that much. You can see there's still red here, but at this part, you can still see it peek through, but it's not that red anymore. So I think you can call this kind of a medium coverage. For all over the face, I feel like it's too much. I feel like it's too cakey. So I'm gonna try and powder over it. Here on the lines of my face, it's ano yan? It's kind of creasing already. You can halata na yung lines ng lines ng mouth ko. It's not good for dry skin. I guess that's what I'm saying. I really do not like how it looks all over the face. I used this before just under my eyes and I really liked it. So maybe just for like brightening the under eyes, that's good. But I ended up putting too much. So I felt like I need to put it everywhere, and I have problematic skin right now, so that's why I tend to use too much today. So this is not really a good foundation base, but again, for like just brightening the under eyes, I think it's gonna be better. I'm sorry if I'm like speaking English and nahihirapan ako medyo, but because I'm gonna share this to the brand that sent me these products, they might want it in English instead of Tagalog, diba? So yeah, I didn't put like enough yet on my face, but I think I'm just gonna put powder foundation instead. So yeah, I recommend setting it with powder because it's kind of sticky, or it's just kind of really dewy, and I usually like matte finish. So yeah, I'm just gonna finish off my makeup and I'll tell you my final thoughts. Okay, so it's currently 1:26 p.m. right now, and I didn't check the time a while ago, so I'm sorry about that, but let's start the time right now, 1:26 p.m. And my face is pretty good. So my face is pretty matte naman, and at this part, this is my most dry part of my face. So super halata. It's so noticeable that it's dry because of the concealer. But at other parts, it's not that bad. If you have like small bumps on your face, it's gonna peek through. It doesn't really smooth out the face. And I really think it's better to put powder over it because it really does feel better that way. And again, I still feel that cakey feeling if I use it as a foundation. I really like it under the eyes, but all over the face, I would not recommend. It does say it's like a concealer plus foundation, so you can use it as foundation, but I do not recommend it because it's gonna feel too cakey. But spot concealing or brightening the under eyes is okay for this. Spot concealing though, it won't cover up all of it. It still peeks through, but the redness is kind of eliminated a bit. I used to have a bug bite here, and it actually covered it up because it's not too bumpy. It's just red, so that's good. But yung mga bumpy pimples, hindi siya masyadong nako-cover. Halata pa rin yung pimples, pero at least nawawala yung redness niya. The product itself, I recommend using fingers to apply it and then use a sponge to dab it. And if you want much fuller coverage, like for example, yung pimples ko dito, I used a brush kasi mas pigmented siya, hindi na-absorb yung product. Kapag sponge yung ginamit mo, nag-absorb yung product. So, parang yun yung ginagamit ko for the under eyes. I use sponge for the under eyes. And then here, I use the brush kasi I want coverage. Mas maganda if fingers mo gamitin because it's kind of hard. Not super hard, but the warmth of your fingers can help it to apply better on the face. Better to use your fingers to apply it and then just blend it with a sponge or a brush. So, again, right now it's 1:30 p.m. and maybe throughout the day I'm gonna update you on how I feel about the concealer, and of course at the very end I will tell you my final thoughts. So, bye! Okay, so I just got home from the Trendsetters Bazaar. It is now 7:40 p.m. and last time I checked it was 1:30 p.m. So first, I want to say different products will work differently for different people. So example, yung skin type ko is different from other people. So yung mga products na ginagamit ko, it will work for different people. Or it will work differently for other people. Some people might like it and some people might not. Kasi it depends on their skin type or basta, it's gonna be different for everyone. So don't trust my opinion. My skin type personally is kind of combination. I get oily on my forehead, but it's not that oily, and I get really dry patches here, near my mouth. And for the most part, my skin type is normal. So, my nose is okay. So, I get oily sa nose. My nose is really shiny. I didn't put any highlighter today, I don't think. But my forehead is not shiny at all. To be honest, I did not bring any makeup with me except for my lipstick, and I did not touch up kasi nga wala akong dalang makeup with me. And it actually really looks good. At some parts, medyo shiny siya kapag nag-hit yung light, but it's not yung parang, oh my gosh, I need to put powder on, I need to put, I need to blot. I don't do that. Yun nga, maybe because hindi ako super oily, and wait lang. Yung ditong part, parang pangit siya kasi sobrang dry. At saka baka dahil kumain ako, ang weird, parang there's like flakiness here, which is weird. So I think for dry skin people, I would not recommend this. But for some reason, I think for oily skin, this would be actually good. I'm not sure if like super oily kasi hindi ako masyadong oily eh. So I think this is good for me kasi nga normal skin lang. I do recommend just setting it with powder if you want a really matte face. Yeah, I recommend setting it with powder. So for the most part, I think I'm gonna use this again. Maybe just for the under eyes and sometimes for spot concealing. But I like yung application niya. I would not use this for my whole face because it's time consuming. It actually really looks good throughout the day. Like when I first applied it, parang it's ugly. Pero right now, I really like it. I really like the base of my makeup. Oh, by the way, I think I didn't show this on camera, but diba I used my brush to apply it. After that, I used a sponge just to remove, I think, excess makeup. Like, I felt it was cakey, like I said a while ago. So, what I did was just use my sponge and just blend it more. And that really made my skin kind of smooth. So, yeah. Maybe apply it with a brush first so you could get a fuller application. And then just, if you feel super cakey, just use a sponge to set it more. And of course, use powder if you don't want a super kind of dewy finish. I prefer matte, so I really did set a lot of powder. And I don't know if it's because of the concealer, kaya ganito yung result, but maybe because of the powder. I used two powders. I used Mumuso. This is only 99 pesos, and I used the LA Colors in the shade Nude. And I bought this in Beauty MNL for like less than 200. Sa tingin ko, mga 179 ata, if I'm not mistaken. So, these are the two powders I used. I really recommend this kasi ito yung parati kong favorite. And I just used a brush to just set it. Hindi ko na ginamit yung sponge kasi I didn't want more coverage. It didn't really cover up, but I really like how it highlighted my under eyes. The coverage is not really that great, so maybe like a medium to full. Almost full, but not really. So maybe a medium coverage lang. And I think that's it. If you have any other questions, I'm gonna answer them below. I'm gonna try and put more details on the description box, so check that, or I might do a blog post about it. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's kind of all over the place. I'm not really a makeup expert, so don't trust my opinion. And again, I just want to say that this might work for me, but it might not work for you, so don't blame me if you don't like it. I'm just saying that for me, I really did like it, and I would use it again. It's not the best concealer, but I've actually used worse concealers than this, so this is actually a thumbs up for me. So yeah, next makeup review will be about I think the cushion that they also sent to me. It is a Korean product, which basta makikita nyo na lang sa next video ko, and that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is my first makeup review. Again, don't trust my opinion, but you should try it if you are interested, because I really do like it. If you have the same kind of skin type as me, maybe you'd like it too. That's it. I'm so sorry I keep blabbering, but yeah. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm gonna have a Trendsetters haul soon. And give this a thumbs up, comment below any questions or any suggestions, and subscribe to my channel. Bye!